Okay guys, welcome back. So this is part 2 in the weight loss series. This video is going to be focusing on exercising. Before I start the video, I want to make it clear that I am not condoning any kind of vigorous exercise or activity. I do recommend consulting with your doctor again before you partake in any kind of regimen that you plan, just to make sure that it's not too much and stuff like that. This is just personally what I did to lose the weight. So it's just kind of tips and tricks and stuff like that. So, okay. When I first started, basically, I was going to the gym. So I got a membership at Good Life, and I was going probably, I would say 3 to 4 times a week. There was a 24-hour Good Life just a couple-minute walk down the street from me. So that's where I was going. I would basically work out at night when I first started. Lots of cardio. So I was doing, treadmill at the gym. I was doing elliptical, the bike, things like that. I would do the rowing. They have like a rowing machine. That one's really, really good for your arms and your legs and just, strengthening. So I did that for quite a while. I probably lost, while I was going to the gym, upwards towards 30 to 40 pounds. But we actually have a treadmill here at home. So then I kind of just stayed at home and was doing like the treadmill and stuff like that. So for me personally, pretty much for the first, I would say, probably the first year, I was just doing cardio. What I mean by that was I was just doing walking on the treadmill. Now in the beginning, you guys have to understand, I was 210 pounds. So for me to get on a treadmill and run or anything like that was just impossible. So I was basically just walking at a slow pace, so probably about a 3 on my treadmill. I think it's 3 miles per hour is what I was doing, or I think it was 3 miles an hour. I'm thinking that's what it was. So quite a slow pace. I was doing that in 20-minute intervals. So I would get up in the morning, eat my breakfast, go on the treadmill for 20 minutes. I would normally wait a couple hours, go on the treadmill again for 20 minutes. I was doing that in the beginning probably 2 to 3 times a day. So, upwards towards 60 minutes a day on the treadmill. Again, I did that probably for the first 3-4 months, and then I would kick it up. There were times where I was on the treadmill up to 6 or 7 times a day. So, up towards an hour and a half on the treadmill. Again, that is quite a lot, but for me personally, it was working. I was losing over 10 pounds a month. So like I said, basically just cardio in the beginning for me. When the weight started coming off, I got to a standstill where the treadmill was pretty much not doing anything for me. So I was not losing any weight. So you guys have to understand that once you partake in an exercise regimen, if you do it for so long and you're doing the same thing, your body does adjust to that, and then you're going to hit a plateau. So then you kind of got to switch it up. So then I was doing other things like sprints. So after I'd lost a little bit of weight, it was easier for me to run. So I would do 2-in-1. So I would walk for 2 minutes, run for a minute, walk for 2 minutes, run for a minute, things like that. That gets your heart rate up. In turn, you're burning more calories. Sorry, I'm saying a lot, but I didn't really plan this. It's just kind of like coming out of my head, and probably should have made a list or something like that. But so I was just doing that. Then I kind of switched it up into doing, crunches, lunges, things like that. I bought a Biggest Loser boot camp video. So that requires a lot of weights and stuff like that. I was just using 3-pound weights. The weights were awesome. That made me lose more weight and gain muscle. I never had definition in my arms before, but now I have quite a lot of definition in here and in my arms. So I don't recommend, for me personally, weights weren't going to help me in the beginning because I needed to burn fat. Cardio burns fat. The weights are more for definition, toning, things like that. So all I can recommend to you guys in the beginning is start off slow. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to go out for a 5K run or anything like that. Just start slow with your cardio. Even if you don't have a treadmill, you don't need a gym membership or a treadmill or anything like that at home. Just get out and go for walks. Right now, while I'm maintaining, like, I'm not trying to lose any more weight. I'm at my goal weight pretty much. So now I don't have to exercise like I used to. Maybe 3 to 4 times a week I get out and I do a 3 to 5K walk at night with my parents or with my dog or something like that. And that's enough for me right now. So whatever you feel comfortable with. I did kick it up to running, so I did do a 2.5K. That was really hard. I did that in June. It was very hot, and I give props to people that can run 5Ks and 10Ks and marathons and all that, because running is very difficult. It's very tiring and draining on your body. But you do feel good. I feel excellent after I exercise. For me, exercising in the morning is awesome. It sucks in the beginning because the last thing you want to do when you wake up is get out there and do exercises, but you will feel so rejuvenated and so energized that your whole day, like, you just feel like a different person. I noticed when I was big, I was always tired, I was always sleeping. I was sleeping till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, staying up all night. Now I'm pretty much in bed every night by 10, 11 o'clock, and I'm up 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning, and that's just because of my getting used to exercising in the morning, and my body's on a different schedule, and I have more energy. So it is going to suck in the beginning. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You're really going to have to get your butt in gear, and like I said, it depends on how bad you want it. For me, I couldn't be big anymore. I had reached my breaking point, and I just sucked it up and did it. So lots of cardio. You know, in the beginning, that's going to help you drop your weight, and then, you know, when you're reaching your, you know, within 20 pounds of your goal, that's when I kind of added in my weights and my strength training, stretching. I haven't really tried anything as far as yoga or Pilates. I do hear that is really good. Like for me, I gave the Pilates a go, or the yoga. I don't know if it was yoga or Pilates. It was really hard for me. It's still really hard for me. So I'm not dogging that at all. I'm sure it can get great results and things like that. And I know that, you know, the breathing techniques and stuff is really good for you. So I do recommend that if it's your thing. For me personally, it's not my thing. What else? This is really hard to make a video. I never thought. You don't really think about these things until you actually sit down and, like, have to talk to people about them. There's not, like, there was no magic trick. I just want to clear that up for everyone. I see people that I went to high school with and things like that, and everyone's like, oh, how'd you do it? And I always think that's funny, because when I was big, I was always waiting for someone to, like, tell me about this magic pill, or, you know, this magic food that I could eat that would make me lose all this weight. When really all it is hard work, exercise, and eating right. Those are the 3 things. If you have those 3 things, you are going to lose weight. You know, there's lots of people that go and get the gastric bypass, and I'm not saying that's a bad choice at all. If you're severely obese, that might be a good option for you. For me personally, I wanted to do it myself. You know, start something and finish it, because I'd always gone on diets before, and you know, I never finished them. I'd lose 10, 20 pounds, and then that was it. And then I'd go right back to my old habits. So for me, the exercise was very difficult in the beginning, but now I try and stay active, and the more weight you lose, the easier it gets. Your breathing gets easier, things like that. So all I can recommend to you guys is just get out for walks, get active. If you have a dog or a pet, you know, take them around the block a couple times. That's, you know, that's quite obtainable for people, even if you have busy schedules. Yeah, so this is my quick overview on the exercise. Again, if you guys want more detailed videos as far as, you know, like what I was doing, my schedule every single day, things like that, I can help you out with that. Like I said, start small in the beginning. You only need to go on the treadmill maybe once or twice a day at 20 minutes. And then you can work your way up if you feel comfortable. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Okay, guys.